Hello, students. Let's read this problem. Mr. Lopez bought 18.5 pounds of corn. Each pound has a cost of $2.70. How much money did he spend? So let's look at the rectangle, the yellow rectangle over here to the right, and it gives us our cube strategies. So we want to circle and underline our important information. So 18.5 pounds of corn. We also know that each pound costs $2.70. And then we want to focus on the question, and we're going to do that by boxing it in. So my question is, how much money did he spend? I really want to know basically how much he is going to spend on his corn. So now we have to elaborate. We have to think what could be a good strategy. I am going to make a table. Okay, so this is going to be the pounds of corn. And then this is going to be the price per pound. And then this is going to be how much we will spend. I want to think about this because we can understand, maybe we can find a pattern and we can understand what we are going to have to do. So let's say we were just going to buy 1 pound of corn. How much does the pound of corn cost? Yes, $2.70. So that means that he would spend $2.70. So we would take the pounds of corn, and we know that each time he buys a pound of corn, it's $2.70, and then we will know how much he has to spend. So let's change that amount now. Let's say he wants 2 pounds of corn. So if he buys 2 pounds of corn, the price per pound is not going to change. That is still $2.70 each pound. But now he bought more corn. He bought more pounds. So he's going to spend more. So $2.70 for each, we would get or we would spend $5.40. Let's say he would buy 3 pounds. Did the price for each pound change? No, it stays the same. It is constant. But the amount that we spend should go up because once again, we are buying more corn. So for 3 pounds of corn, we would have to pay $8.10. Let's see if we can find a pattern. Can you see what we are doing? Yes, we are taking the number of pounds that we buy and multiplying it by the cost per pound to figure out what we should spend. So the word each in this problem is going to represent multiplication. So now let's get the information from our problem so that we can apply it. So we have 18.5 pounds of corn. We are still paying $2.70 each pound, but our question is asking how much are we going to spend? So 18.5 is our pounds. The price per pound is $2.70, and our answer is what we get. Remember what we said we had to do? Yes, we are going to multiply. So we are going to multiply 18.5 times 2.70. Okay, so let's go ahead and work that out. Now, some people are really good at multiplying numbers and staying really organized. Some students or some people might have a little bit more trouble lining up the numbers, especially if we start getting longer problems like this one. It's 3 numbers times 3 numbers. So you can use line paper or you can use graph paper to help you. I'm going to use a piece of graph paper in this example. So I'm going to take the numbers that we said we needed to do 18.5 times 270. Now remember, when we're going to multiply decimals, we write them down as natural numbers. So just 185 and 270, that's what we're multiplying. But of course, we want to make sure that we do record those decimals. And there we do. So now let's go ahead and multiply. The first number we're multiplying is by 0. Remember that when we multiply by 0, the answer is always 0. So 0 times 5, 0 times 8, 0 times 1. So we are done with the 0, and now we're going to multiply by the 7. Since we're multiplying by the 7, we're going to start our first number here. So let's use a placeholder. And now we can multiply everything by 7. 7 times 5 is 35. We carry 3. 7 times 8 is 56. 56 plus 3 is 59. We can carry our 5. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 5 more is 12. Okay, so now we are done with our 7. We can move on and multiply by our 2. Now the 2, we're going to start right underneath the 2 right here. So we need 2 placeholders. And we're going to do 2 times 5 is 10. Carry the 1. So 2 times 8 is 16. Plus 1 is 17. Carry 1. 2 times 1 is 2. Plus 1 more is 3. And now we can get our answer. So 0, we're adding everything together. 0 plus 5 is 5. 0 plus 9 and 0 more is 9. 2 plus 7 is 9. And 1 plus 3 is 4. Now we have our numbers, but we have to remember the decimal placement. So to do our decimal placement, we're going to count, and we're going to see how many numbers, place values, or places, we have for the decimal. So here, there's one number behind the decimal, so we have 1 decimal place. Here, we have 1, 2. We have 2 numbers behind the decimal, so we have 2 decimal places. So in total, we have 3 decimal places. So in our answer, we want to have 3 decimal places. We're going to move in 3, starting from here. So 1, 2, 3. And this is where we're going to put our decimal. So our answer is $49.95. Do you see that answer as one of the choices? Yes, B. That is our answer.